Hello everyone, hope we're doing well today. Just wanted to share my drafts as I attempt to climb up the GLO leaderboards, or at the very least not drop any further. I only usually do 3 drafts a day unless I get some from a giveaway or something, which recently happened on Reddit, I think, which is why I have an extra token today. Um, but yeah, it's basically impossible to climb up to the top 10, but as you can see, there's a lot of players at a very similar GLO from like 25 to and like 30 up to around spot 15 or 14. Everyone's kind of around like 5,300, 5,400, 5,200 glow, which, anything in between like 100 and 200 is gainable within a week. So just one good week or a couple good days, and I think it's possible to break the top 20 again. As you can see, my week has been going very well. I'm number 42 glow gain on this week. I think yesterday I was number 3 on the day because I got 5 yesterday from the giveaway, and I'll get an extra one today from the giveaway, which is nice. But yeah, let's hop into our draft for the day and see if we can continue our streak and hopefully climb up to the top 20, maybe even top 15. Who knows? So we start off with some decent choices here. I like AFC West 2024 quite a bit. Um, But because we got 2 of them, that kind of reduces the chances of getting one later. And AFC South 2021 is also really solid. So I'm just going to go with Nico here. And next, we don't get any matches for him, but I really like the AFC East 2022. I feel like there's just a lot of those players in the game, and it should be pretty easy to match him with somebody. But next up, we don't get any matches again except for Brock Purdy 2022, which it's very risky taking a quarterback this early, especially for going for low. It's okay for high score because, if you get someone good, that's good, but, it's possible I just don't get any matches and this draft could go downhill soon, but luckily I get an AFC South to match with Nico and a 2022 to complete the triangle. So next up, not the best choices. 2021 is okay to give Nico a yellow dot, I guess, but would have preferred just an AFC South player or a 2022 player. And here I get some interesting choices because Nick Chubb is on the Texans, so he would green line with Nico. But I also get 2021s if I want to go for that to match with Akers and get him a yellow. So this is kind of a tough choice. I'm not exactly sure what the optimal move would be here. But I do really dislike taking players of the same team. So I think I'm just gonna go with Chubb here and move Akers to the top left slot. Yeah, I should be able to just do that. And Chubb will just get Nico and himself yellow. And I might have to just give up on Akers this draft unless I get another skill player to match with him or JJ or something like that. I mean, Carter would be my other potential option. I could put him where Akers is now and get him a yellow dot because he also connects with Purdy. So that's also a pretty safe option. But I think if I want to go for a decently high score just to get like a lot of glow, I'm just going to go with Nick Chubb. And let's go. Let's go. Hull is going to match with Warren green line and with Chubb yellow line. So now if we get an AFC South quarterback, let's go. Anthony Richardson and Trevor Lawrence, both AFC South, are going to match with all 4 guys on the right hand side there. But I think Richardson's going to beat some extra points because he's going to give Warren that green dot, whereas Lawrence wouldn't. And Lawrence gets either way. Either way, Nico Collins, Chubb, and Hull are all getting a green dot just with their yellow line. But Warren requires a green line to get a yellow dot, or sorry, to upgrade to a green dot. So gonna have to go with Richardson there. And bang, he gets us all the way up to 142, which is gonna be quite a bit of glow. Probably around like 14 or 15, I'm guessing. And let's see what it gives us. Yeah, 16 glow. Let's go. So yeah, that's super nice. Hopefully we'll keep it up with the next draft. Yeah, that was a pretty risky Brock Purdy pick there, but luckily it worked out. We got the 2022 we needed. So here, I think I'm just gonna go with Travis Hunter. AFC South worked last time, might as well work again. And I don't really like Brown because there's so few NFC East QBs and players in general. So Nothing to match with Hunter next pick, but at least we get Bucky Irving. He's super solid, lots of green line potential for him. And then we kind of get slammed for not taking Pacheco there. And at least he matches with Irving, and hopefully we get a 2024 QB to match there. Next up, no connections again, but Hero Zay is okay, I guess. Not really sure what's going to happen in this draft. This could be a dud, but I guess it still has a chance. So yeah, we're really hurting here for not taking Pacheco because we do get Gino here, which would have been quite a bit of points with Pacheco and Worthy. And then we only would have needed like one more AFC West to get all those guys green dots, like some sort of like Zamir White would have been really good. But I guess I'm gonna have to go. I think I'm gonna have to just go with right here because getting some 2024 QB would just get everyone yellow dots over there. And actually, yeah, the AFC East 2024 meta is super good and pretty underrated for these drafts like this where you're just getting nothing that works. AFC East 2024 is very reliable and just has a ton of players for the late game there. So we get the green line connection, and here we have not great choices, but honestly, CJ Stroud is okay because CJ Stroud has the talent. This is already a very high talent draft. 61 talent with 2 picks to go is very solid. And Stroud gets himself a yellow dot because he connects with Flowers and Hunter. And then bang, we get Smith here to match with Hunter and Stroud himself. And Stroud's actually going to get a green dot here. So yeah, this is actually looking pretty solid now because Hunter's yellow, Stroud is green. Obviously, Zay and Bucky are going to have to stay red, but let's go. We get JJ for 2024, and yeah, I think that's going to be the best option because yeah, I mean we okay, yeah. So Trevor Lawrence would match with Hunter, but Hunter's already yellow, and there's no way to get him green. So I don't think Lawrence is the play here. I think it's just going to be JJ. Yeah, I think it's just going to be JJ. He's going to get right green and himself yellow. Should up our chemistry up by like 15 or 15 or so with the yellow lines and whatnot. And yeah, there's no way to get Bucky yellow, which kind of sucks because I really need the AFC East to match with each other. So if it was like an AFC East wide receiver, I could put him where Worthy was and then swap Allen with Bucky, and that would work, but there's no way to do that. So I'm just gonna have to stick with how this is. And 131 is very solid anyway. So I'm not sad about that at all. I'll take the GLO. Should be optimized. So let's submit and see what we got. Plus 10, nice. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. That draft started off very bad with basically no lines at all and ended up quite solid. And okay, nice hero. I'm just gonna take the hero. This is very, very, very questionable. It's very common advice to never take QBs early, but I am just disregarding that completely. And luckily, we get an AFC North. Just one more AFC North, please, and we'll get the yellow triangle. Um, yeah, I guess I'll go with Olave. Because the 2022 is okay, and yeah, as you can see, we just get Purdy there. So yeah, I just really don't want to take Purdy though. Getting 2 QBs this early is just a recipe for disaster. But no one else matches. Diggs has a terrible year. I don't see who Ayuk's gonna match with. I think I just have to rely on getting 2022, even though this really sucks. Because let's just say this: if I just get unlucky, this draft could be very bad, like in like the low hundreds, because I just am gonna have no chemistry. It really hurts taking Purdy, but okay, let's see what we get. I'll lock it in. Wish me luck for this next round 5, I guess. And let's see. Okay, nice, nice. Wandale's 2022 will give both of them yellow dots. Alternatively, I could choose Perry, a Saints player, and he'll give himself a yellow and Olave a yellow. So I think, yeah, Wandale will be extra points, but honestly, I really like choosing the same team connections just for potential of green dots, and 2022 is fairly common. There's lots of NFC South 2022, so I could play it risky here and hope for somebody like Rashad White. Yeah, I think I'll just do that. This is really risky, but okay, nice. We get Saints at least, but we also get okay, wait, Bateman's even better because he'll match with Lamar and Jamar, kind of rhymes, and give both of them, or sorry, yeah, I'll give both of them yellow dots. We'll give both of them yellow dots, but he'll give himself a green dot. So yeah, he's even better than the Saints player, which is kind of crazy, given I have two Saints. But yeah, that bang, all the way up to 90 already. This draft is looking like it's saved. Let's see what we get. And okay, another AFC North. Yeah, this is just getting better and better because he'll give Lamar a green and Jamar a green with swapping Bateman and Jamar, putting Jamar on the flex. Yep, yeah, I'll go with Patterson here. Rare Patterson success. Probably like one of the only times I ever used him successfully. And round 8, okay, these options are definitely not the best. 2021, not really viable because I need Jamar and Bateman to be together. So there's no way for Akers himself to get a yellow dot, I should say. Um, but if I swap Olave and Perry, I can just throw Sanders in there and give Olave a green dot at the very least. Decent fallback option. That's the reason I chose Perry earlier for these potential of green dots. And yeah. All right, let's see what we're going to get round 9. Hopefully Rashad White. But okay, can't be that greedy. And we still get really solid options actually with Rivers and Edwards. Edwards will match with Perry and get himself a yellow dot and Perry a green dot. On the other hand, Rivers gets Purdy a yellow, himself a yellow. So yeah, I guess Rivers is going to be an extra point here because yellow dots are 6, whereas an upgrade from yellow to a green is only 5. So I can do the calculations real quick. Let's see. So Edward's going to be 3 plus 6, 9 plus 2, 11 plus 5 is 16. Whereas Rivers is going to be 3 plus 2 is 5 plus 12 is 17 plus a line to Olave too, so that's 18. So yeah, Rivers is going to be extra, and he puts our score up to 138. Very solid, very solid. Yeah, once we swap Olave, it gets up to 138. And this draft, yeah, it turned out pretty solid after that rocky start with 2 early QBs. I guess it proves that early QBs sometimes work if you get insane pulls like Bateman and I guess Wandale was a decent pull, but it didn't even end up taking him or needing him. I wonder if Wandale would have been more points at the end there. I'm thinking not because Perry got 11 that green dot. But let's see, yeah, plus 14 glow. That is super nice. And now there's no way I'm doing my bonus draft now. I feel like every single time I spend bonus drafts on daily drafts, immediately after my dailies, they're terrible. But if I save them for later, it's almost like a new day and I can do good on them. So yeah, I'm not gonna spend it now. I'm just going to save that one. But yeah, let's check up on how the leaderboard's looking, and let's go. Plus 40 glow on the day, 35th. It looks like in glow gain today, all time moved up to 21st, and did not break into the top 20 quite yet. But yeah, I'll post my other drafts later today, and let's see if I can get into the top 20 again. I did used to be probably number 18 or 17 before they added 5 daily drafts, and I've dropped all the way down to like 25th. But I've been having a super good weeks recently, so been managing to keep up with all these people doing 5 drafts a day, at least for now. But thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.